Good morning, Oakdale Golf and Country Club members. It's Mark McKinney, your golf course superintendent. We'll be looking at a few items on the golf course today that are in discussion for the long-range plan and the vote that's coming up. And we're going to start today in the practice facility and start to look at some of the course artifacts, or the plastic, the trash cans, the ball washers, the club cleaners, and some of those things. So I'd like to walk over to the driving range and take a look at some of these things. You will get a chance to view what we have proposed, which is very, very nice modern stuff. It's a nice chocolate brown color and fits in nice with our new landscape and flowers and horticulture and green grass. So let's take a walk over to the driving range. All right, for starters, let's look at the bag stands here. This is a pretty typical bag stand that we have here. This one has a drink caddy that's broken off. It's got a broken leg on it, and this is all stuff that's being used on a daily basis here. This stuff's probably 15 years old, maybe more. Plus, we need about 15 stations, and we're down to about 10. But this is just unacceptable for the Oakdale standards and the members. And while we're here, let's look at this hitting mat. Probably one of the weakest points about the driving range and the practice facility are these worn out, almost antique hitting surfaces, the plastic surfaces that we have. They now have products out there that are available that mimic different heights of cut, different types of grasses, different textures. These hitting mats do not represent any golf shot that you would have on the golf course. They're worn out, they're uneven, and all of the grain is going one direction from being struck by the golf clubs. The new mats can be turned and rotated. They come with a much more realistic feel and texture, like hitting out of a true shot out of the grass. Plus they're ripped. They're covering a drain right in the front here that's grown over. So these are trash, and they've been trash for a long time. So another one of the things that we need to change at the practice facility. This is the club cleaner. This is a place I don't even think you want to look. It doesn't clean clubs any longer. Needs to be updated and replaced. Here's the course signage at the driving range tee. We've got one on the other side. Can't even really tell what colors these are anymore. This outdated and will be replaced to match the rest of the new furniture. Folks, we are at what I was told was once a turfgrass nursery. If you could take a look at the ground right here, it is algae, moss, weeds, no roots, no drainage, full of disease. And it's one of the most important things that you can have at a golf club is to have a nursery green that you can go pull plugs from to replace scalped plugs in your green, mower damage, vandalism. And then we would also like to have a Bermuda grass nursery so that we could do sod cutting, so when we're out repairing heads and valves and re-leveling areas, that we don't have to make those purchases bulk from another vendor. And that can only be done by the pallet anyway, and here we can just take what we need each day. So there's a serious need for a turfgrass nursery here at Oakdale. Another one of the items on the long range plan was the expansion of some of the forward tees. The size of them is prohibitive to us even being able to mow them with a triplex riding mower. We can't make the turns without doing damage. Plus, the golfers are forced to stand in the center of them because they're so small, and it causes a wear pattern down the middle. So you've got mechanical damage from the mowers. You've got a limited variety of places to put the tees to kind of make the hole different if you play several days in the week. But we're definitely looking at expanding some of these smaller forward tees. Another item on the LRP, or long range plan, is selective tree removal. One of the reasons for this is to create some micro environments that we can grow the warm season Bermuda grass that we want to be able to establish in the fairways. And there's a lot of shade out here. It's year round in some locations. Another reason for the selective tree removal is hazardous trees and safety issues. This particular pine right here, over half of it has already failed and been removed. We have numerous other failing branches, structural cracks. This one on the far side is basically staying up because it's leaning on its neighbor over here. But these trees are meant to be in rocky, sandy soils, and it's on a golf course that gets watered every night. So this tree right here is a typical example of a tree that would be code red or a hazard on an arborist report, a certified arborist report. Another item on the LRP is the removal of this green fenced-in area and the old power box, well pump, well tank, and the filters. I think this is something people have grown kind of numb to and don't even pay attention to anymore, but it's the first thing you see when you come up to the first tee, and it's the last thing you see when you come off 18, and it needs to be removed. I think this, of all the golf courses that I've been involved in and renovating and building new or just being the regular maintenance superintendent of, they would all kill to have a tree like this. We've kind of coined it the gathering tree, and it's just a beautiful specimen, and I'd like to see this removed and then do some pruning work on it and try to save this tree because I think it's a fantastic feature of the golf course. All right, we're here on the new tee box construction on number 16 tee. This tee box is going to play from about 160 to 175. The old black tee location, I think, is 2 steps from the back's around 150, right around that number. This is going to be a really great thing. It's one of the more exciting things to me about the LRP. Some of the stuff is maintenance and deferred maintenance and things that just need to be fixed, but this is one of those things that's kind of exciting. It's going to be a fantastic par 3 from up here. We'll be putting fescues around the outside of it, get a little walkway that goes down to where the carts park, and we're going to do some painting and some more landscaping around the pump station and the sawmill area, and we've got some tree pruning to do on this old oak, on just a couple of branches hanging down there, and then I think this is going to be a fantastic addition to the golf course.